what's going on, man, with this topic right here when we got the Celtics going against the Heat. Man, it's really just a rerun of the conference bubbles, man. The bubble was not a fluke. Really was one of my favorite times to watch basketball. So go ahead, Trell. Tell us who you got winning this series right here. I know
Really,
you're from Chicago and you love Jimmy G Buckets, so let me hear this.
We all from Chicago.
it really was a time where all of us had to just sit in the house because it was COVID. So everybody had to watch the damn game. But anyway, I don't know, man. I really think they're gonna go back to 7 games. Jimmy Butler, he didn't really do shit last conference like he did in the first the first round. He didn't really do the same thing he did in the first round. I think he just prepping himself for the Celtics, to be honest, because he knew the Knicks weren't really on shit with them. Uh, his defense, man, Jimmy Butler, the way he played, man, is just so different for me, man. I want to say Miami in 7, but you might have to tilt your head to the Celtics because they'll win the regulation, and they owned them in the regular season as well. Uh, I'm gonna go Heat in 7 though. I'm gonna go Heat in 7. Jimmy Butler get his revenge, come up out of that. Lakers in 7 too. Lakers in 7, Heat in 7.
Okay. Sheldon, what you
Rematch
got
of the
about
bubble.
that? I know you love Jason Tatum now.
Jason Tatum had a legendary game yesterday. He had a
Yeah.
legendary game. And I mean, I still really man, if the Knicks weren't so garbage, they should have beaten the Heat. They weren't so garbage. But they was garbage. I don't trust these role players. I don't trust Kevin Love. He doesn't do anything for me. Bam, I give Bam his credit. He's been playing really good these playoffs. Outside the Buck series, he's been playing good. Like the Knicks, he's been like one of the top centers in the league. Well, up in the playoffs, I'll say, out of all the teams. He's been like the best center. Do I trust Gabe Vincent? No, not really. Do I trust Max Truth? He's just a shooter. If he can't shoot, useless. Duncan Robinson, if he can't shoot, useless. It's really gonna come down to Jimmy Butler, Bam, and the defense. Can they can they can they put pressure on Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum? Because we do know that Jason Tatum have stinkers. That's just the truth. He's a superstar, but he's inconsistent. We saw it. We saw it in Game 6. He had
Hmm.
five. He had 3 points going into the fourth quarter, but he showed like he's one of the best players because he scored 15 in the fourth quarter. Can they get some stinkers out of Jason Tatum? I mean I don't. I think they can probably get one stinker out of him, but I feel like the offense is too much. And I feel because we saw yesterday and a couple of games before and I said it. I said it on. I think I said it on the other podcast. I was like on the other episode. I was like, when the Celtics want to play defense, they can play defense. They have the personnel. Yeah, Marcus Smart, defensive player of the year. Robert Williams, a defensive player of the year candidate. Al Horford. We saw what Al Horford be doing to Joel. Al Horford is old, but somehow he be messing with Joel. I don't know how. Jalen Brown, good defender. Jason Tatum, good defender. Malcolm Brogdon, okay defender. They have defenders. They have the offense, and I think that's what's gonna be the key. Can we know what Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown gonna do? But what can I get something from Marcus Smart? Because Marcus Smart sometimes it's like sometimes he just be letting Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, and that's not entirely his fault that he just let them do their thing. It's like he just get his shots getting whenever he gets the ball. And Malcolm Brogdon, I need 6 minutes a year. I'm gonna need you to at least give me a consistent 15 points in this series. Because once the bitch comes in, that's your opportunity to take advantage. And I think that's what's gonna happen. I got Celtics in 6. I think they could beat. I think they could beat the Heat. It's been the Heat taking advantage of a Bucks team that was trash. They really took advantage of a Knicks team that was garbage. But I think this is where it ends. I think they lose to Celtics in 6.
Man,
Do
it's gonna
you
be
do
a
you put any?
legendary rematch of the Lakers
Yeah.
and the Celtics. Like, how many years have we been seeing this shit, man? That's crazy.
You ever
Three out of the last 4 years they have met in the conference finals.
you, you think there's any merit? Sheldon, question to you. You think there's any merit to Miami beating like all these teams they weren't supposed to beat?
They wasn't supposed to beat none of these teams.
No, I'm saying, do you
Nope.
think it's any merit to it? Like, is it was it just a fluke? Is it really real? Or is it just a fluke?
I think I'm I'm gonna say it's a fluke because yeah, according to a lot of people, Giannis missed some of them games. If Giannis plays from day one, I think we all say they win. I think we all say that. If he doesn't get hurt, they win. But they took advantage. They took advantage of an injured Giannis, even though the Bucks led 2 games, double digits going in the fourth. The Heat came through. Same with the Knicks. I don't care what anybody says. The Knicks were better than the Heat. They were better than them. But when you get a stinker from technically your best player, well, Jalen Brunson, their best player. I can say that. Jalen Brunson is their best. Your second best player giving you stinkers, RJ Barrett, rhythm shooter, can't get a rhythm, garbage in a game 6 that you need. I mean, they took advantage.
They doubled RJ a lot though. They took him out of rhythm. But they let Julius Randle shoot it out.
Yeah, he's a rhythm player, and if he can't get his rhythm, he can't do nothing. Julius Randle was garbage. Like,
did you peep? They didn't even double Randle. They just let him shoot himself out the game.
You're right. Definitely did. Trash. It was Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. I can literally say Josh Hart was not good against the Knicks. He was good against the Cavs.
He wasn't good.
Not good against the Knicks.
The Heat.
Miami.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. The Heat. He was not good against the Heat.
They was in his head. They was in his head. I think he got ejected 2 games, teched up back to back, right?
So all those teams were better than them, but I mean, that's just a part of it. That's a part of basketball and just sports in general. You need luck. Players get hurt. You need luck to get to where you got to be.
So this is my last question for you. Then I'll say my take. With them keep going against the team they're not supposed to beat, yet they keep winning. You don't think it's gonna happen again with the Celtics? Like it's the end of their luck?
No, because I don't think none of them is gonna have all-time stinkers. I don't think they're 2 best. I think their 2 best players in Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum are gonna literally come almost all the games. Julius Randle was hot garbage. If Julius Randle even plays decent, because half the games were close. They were close, and it's like you didn't do anything. Tom Thibodeau, one of them games, he took him out because you can't do nothing for me.
Yeah,
I think he had one good game, and that was in game. I think that was game 5. I think it was game 5. He played better. But
yeah, when they won that one.
Yeah, he played better that game, but he still wasn't that good. When Jalen Brunson has to play 48 minutes, it's pretty sad that your best player literally has to play the whole game, knowing you only get literally just 1 day off. You're taxing on his legs.
He definitely showed everybody that.
So I think the Celtics have more players to depend on. It's like I'm literally only dependent on Jalen Brunson. That's the only guy I'm dependent on.
Sounds like last year.
Jalen Brunson showed 2 years in a row that he liked that, I guess. But at least I can depend on Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. I can depend on Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart to extent. I could at least depend on them. All I depended on was Jalen Brunson. I couldn't depend on nobody else. So, like I said, Celtics and 6.
For me, I guess I'm the only one that's deferring. I guess I'm the dissenting opinion. I think Miami wins solely off of their defense is good. The Celtics have defense, but I don't think it's going to come down to a game of defense. It's going to play a role, but I do think Miami has the better offense. Now, I will say the Celtics have the higher quality superstar and star. There is no Jason Tatum will always be the best player on the court. And even when he's the worst player on the court, he's proven that he's still the best player. Literally kept their series alive in that legendary Game 6 performance. That was truly, it was legendary just because of what he did in the last 5 minutes. And I'll say Miami offense is just so much better. It flows through all of them. It doesn't flow through just one person. Now, they may play through Jimmy Butler at the point and Kyle Lowry a bit, but I like the ability to be able to pass the ball and constantly hunt out the best matchup and get the best shot. But when I watch the Celtics pick and roll this season hasn't been this good. And their pick and roll is this playoff. Their pick and roll isn't that well. Their pick and roll has just been very sloppy. It's been a lot of hero ball and it's been a lot of 1v1v1. And I don't think that's going to work because the Celtics, what they do is they just pass the ball back and forth to Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, or Marcus Smart try to do some dish. When Malcolm Brogdon run point on the floor when Marcus Smart is out there, I like how he sets them up and directs the floor. But when it's just Tatum and Brown with Marcus Smart, that three-headed snake combo, that blue green eyes dragon, um, it just looks like a bunch of 1v1 hero ball playing against set defense. And Miami, they don't have the better players, but they have the players that are playing better. They have players that are more committed to put themselves out there. Gabe Vincent isn't playing that well, but if you look at him on the defensive side, he's committing himself. He's being a pest. He's being a bothersome. Caleb Martin is actually being consistent on the offensive side. Duncan Robinson, I don't know. He's not shooting good, but he hasn't lost faith in his shot. He's hitting a lot of shots. And I think Jimmy Butler is incompetent. The title of best player in the world. Round one, it was between him and Steph. Round two, it was between AD and Jokic. Round three, I think it's still we're gonna see who really gets this title of best player in the world, because right now Jimmy is incompetent. He's on the level of being able to say I'm one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world. Like, he's gonna get some pushback for it, but he's able to say that right now. I'm the best player in the world. And there's probably only two other people, AD, Jokic, Bron, three other people that can say, no, I'm the best. I just like Miami offense better. They don't just solely rely on one person. Now it does come down, and I want to say this too. Biggest thing, when they do rely on one person, Jimmy Butler, he showed that he got that dog in him. And every time the game is a blowout for Miami, they come back, they keep fighting. It just shows their resilientness. And Shaq said it, Miami is a program. It's not a team, it's a program. You have to be locked in. They don't give up. They're down 30. Somehow they win the game, or they close out and they lose by a shot, a last second shot. Boston, when Boston is down and out, they stay close. But once the team pulls away from them, Boston doesn't keep fighting back. And I think that just comes down to Joe Mazzulla. His offense, he has no true offense for these guys out there. They don't buy into the offense. They don't believe it. So when they're down and out and those superstars can't close that gap, the game's done for. Versus with Miami, Eric Spoelstra as a coach, he knows what to do and to say, the right people to put in for each situation. They don't quit. They don't give games up. And Miami hasn't been giving up blowout games. The Celtics, on the other hand, they've been giving up on these blowout games. And I don't think it's a fluke what Miami is doing. And I know injuries play a role. I had Bucks first round. If Giannis play, I don't think they make it. I think he's great to get past it. The Knicks, they should have beat them, but they didn't. But that's just sports. The best team doesn't always win. The people that play better do. And they're playing better. And I think they beat Boston in 6.
Is he the only one playing better, or is it the team?
Their team is playing better than the Celtics. Their team is playing better. Everyone on that floor is playing better. Even though the Celtics has the better players, those guys are playing better.
But sometimes I feel like, I get what you're saying, like with Duncan Robinson, his shot not falling, Gabe Vincent, but it's like, this is a different animal now. Can I trust them to hit? Like, Jimmy Butler can't carry them. And obviously Tyler Hero isn't here.
He should be back though for this series. I don't think
he comes back.
His hand should be healed.
Somehow they make it to the finals. I think he does come back then, but I don't think he's coming back this year. But it's like, you gotta match. The Celtics have the scores, so somebody else has to come with Jimmy Butler consistently. You can't Duncan Robinson one game had 25 shooting 6 from 8 from 3. Then the next game you only give me 5 points. The same with Gabe Vincent. The same with Caleb Martin, Max Strus. Those are rhythm. Those are like rhythm shooters. If they don't hit their shots, what can you do for me? Yes, they play good team defense. I give them that. But none of them can stick Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. One of them has to guard them. One of them has to do it. And I don't think none of them could do it consistently for, say 6 games, 7, whatever it is. I don't think they can do it. I just don't trust Gabe Vincent. But if they prove me wrong, hey, they prove me wrong, go to the finals. I give them their credit. I'm giving them their credit now just for even making the conference finals. Because nobody had them. You're an AFC playing, going to the conference finals. Hey, congratulations. But it's different now when you basically playing against a Bucks team that they lost all their faith. It's like once Giannis got hurt, it's like, yeah, it's like they basically just gave up. And then the Knicks, they gave up since basically game 3. And it's like, but it's different. It's just this is a different animal now. And they have faced each other literally 3 out of the last 4 years in the conference finals.
Yeah.
So they know each other. They know their weaknesses and strengths. It's gonna be a battle.
I like what the NBA
obviously
is
the
at
teams
right
are
now.
different since the bubble, and even kind of last year. They're all different teams.
The Heat not too different though. I ain't gonna hold you. What they just got Kyle Lowry now. They rostered damn near the same.
Kyle Lowry was trash last year.
Yeah, I was talking about from the bubble.
No, Kemba Walker was on that team. Gordon Hayward was on that team. The Heat. Gordon Dragic was on that team. Yeah, different teams.
They're real different.
They have a different team. And then obviously Tyler Hero isn't here. They have different teams. The teams are different. If Bam can play like how he always be talking about, I deserve defensive player of the year. If he can give me that, I would give them a chance. I would give him a chance. But Al Horford and Robert Williams, man, we saw what Joe Mazzulla did. Obviously, Joel and Bam are 2 different players, but when he inserted Robert Williams to the starting 5, it bothers Joel because it's like, I'm already struggling with Al Horford. Now I got to deal with Robert Williams. It's going to be the same thing with Bam. Like, how is he going to play? If he can give me what he did against the Knicks, I think I'm going to give them a chance. But I'm going to still go with the Celtics because I trust their 2 players more than just playoff Jimmy.